Well, hello everybody. Welcome to P.B.M. Money. Today I'm going to do something I wish somebody had done for me when I got started with the credit cards. And that is this. Instead of just willy-nilly going out and getting credit cards, which is what I did, I had no clue what I was doing, and I had no intention of doing anything serious with them. I was just getting credit cards. But you can make money with credit cards if you know what you're doing. And before you get started, you should know a couple of things. You can only get so many credit cards in such a period of time until you start getting turned down. So the order with which you get started is very important. I didn't know that. Tonight what I want to do is I want to give you a possible strategy, and if I were doing it again, this is exactly how I would, when I would get the cards, which cards I would get, and what I would look for. Okay? Now before we get started, I'm going to have to make some assumptions about you. And here's the assumptions. First off, that you have a credit score of 680 or better. Assumption number 2, that you're going to get no more than 2 credit cards per year. Number 3, that you will pay off your credit cards each and every month in full. Number 4, that we're going to use cashback credit cards only, not points, not miles, none of that, cashback only. And that you're going to learn to make every purchase count, from a coffee to lunch to a refrigerator and everything in between. You use the right card for the right purchase to get the most amount of cash. That's the goal. And we just finished playing a game, a financial game, on this channel about a month ago, and the goal was to get $1,000 from credit cards in 1 year. We did it in like 6 months, okay, using this exact strategy. Well, I modified it because I've been at it for a while. But those are the assumptions. Now, if you don't fit those assumptions, this will not work for you. Okay? All right. Now, the first thing you need to do is to get the first credit card. And the first one you want to get is going to be your everyday fallback on card. So that what you're looking at is, if you don't have a card for buying plants somewhere, then you put it on your base card. You'll have a card for this and a card for that and a card for that. And if something you're buying doesn't fit into one of those cards, you're going to put it on this card. Okay? Now, you will have a lot of options for this card. And when I thought about this, I originally was going to recommend the Citi Double Cash, but I'm not going to. I'm going to recommend the Discover IT. And here's why. Because in the first year of Discover IT, they will pay you 1.5% as you purchase for the whole year. Then at the end of the year, whatever cash back you've gotten, they're going to double. So you will effectively get 3%. It'll take a year to get it, but you will get 3%. The Citi Double Cash, you can get 2% all day, every day, all year, every year. The Discover IT, you will get 1.5% after the first year, but in the first year, they're going to give you 3%. Now, if you want to use a different card, there's Wells Fargo and Freedom Unlimited will give you 1.5% on everything, and they'll have rotating categories, which could be a benefit. You'll have to do the math and figure out which is more important to you. So, do you want 1 or 1.5% with 5% rotating what is a rotating category? So every 3 months, every 3 calendar months, some cards will go from 1 or 1.5% and give you 5% on something for 3 months. Like right now, Freedom Flex has got 5% on home building materials and 5% on gas. So I was getting 3% before, but for the next 2 months now, I will be using my Flex card to get 5%. And you have to pay attention to that. So you got your first card, and whatever it is, whatever cards you get, that every category that you buy that you don't have another card for, you put it on that. So the minimum you're going to get on anything in the first year, if you get the Discover card at the end of the year, the minimum you're going to get is 3%. All right? All right. Now, after you do that for 6 months, for the first 6 months, I want you to put everything you buy, everything, on your Discover card. Okay? Everything. Now, starting in the 6th month, I want you to apply for your second credit card. Now, this one, in order to get the right card, you need to list the major categories and find out what you're looking for. As an example, if you have a decent sized family, groceries could be a big one. Because there are cards out there where you can get 4, 5, 6% back on groceries. Gas is another one. Let's see, as I said, the Freedom Flex has rotating categories, and right now for 3 months you get 5% back on gas. I have American Express, and I get 3% every day on gas, and I get 6% on groceries every day. That card, however, is a $95 fee. I believe American Express has a card that will get you 5% on groceries. You know, list your categories, go through, and I'll tell you how I did it. I Googled best cashback credit cards, and I looked down the list, I saw the categories, I saw how they worked, and also the best no annual fee cashback credit cards, and then lastly, best sign-up bonus cashback credit cards. And here's a rule. Unless there's a really, really, really good reason, don't ever get a credit card that isn't going to give you a sign-up bonus up front. Get something. Because you're giving them your business. And most credit cards will give you some kind of a bonus. It may be skimpy, it may be not much, but get something. So once you pick your biggest category that you spend, and I don't mean that you use the most often, I mean the category that you spend the most money on in a year. Like if you're a salesman, gas is going to be big. If you have a decent sized family, groceries is going to be big. If you're planning on remodeling your house in the next year, then the big box stores are going to be big. What I'm saying is be intentional with it. Do your research and find the best card. So if you decide that home repair is going to be your big deal for the next year because you've got a lot of projects, well, there happens to be a card out there that I don't care for, Bank of America, but on that card you get one choice. They give you a list of categories, and the first category you get to choose, you get 5% on that for as long as you want. The second cashback category you get 3% on, and you get to pick which one that is. Now you can change those later on, but for as long as, and you pick it right up front. So if you're going to do a lot of remodeling, then get 5% house thing. And if gas is also important to you, get 3% on gas or get 3% on groceries. But do it smart and never pay for a fee unless you can absolutely justify it. So now you've got your first card, your Discover, your second card you're going to use for that category only, and still use your Discover for everything else. Now, year number 2. At the end of the first year, your Discover card is not going to go to 1 or 1.5% for everything. There's not. Now, they will still have rotating categories and use them for that. I think 3 months a year it's gas, 3 months a year it's groceries, and 3 months a year it's online shopping, and 3 months a year it's big box stores, I think. But anyway, so keep that one around because for at least 3 months a year you're going to get 5% on gas. So anyway, what I'm saying is be strategic about it. Make sure you get the right cards. And so now that the Discover is not going to give you 3% on everything, now you're number 2. Now I want you to go get the City Double Cash because now you're going to get 2% back on everything. There's not another card out there that I'm aware of that's giving more than that in cash back, even on sign-up bonuses. Now the City Double Cash, if I remember right, has got a $200 sign-up bonus if you spend $500 in 3 months. Don't quote me. Go online, Google it, and look at the offers. So you'll get $200 right up front, plus you'll get 2% back on everything. The Discover card, I don't know if it has a sign-up bonus or not. If it doesn't, the cashback is good enough reason to get that card. Your second card on your biggest category, you make sure you get cash back on that. And make sure that you can hit the spend on it. It does no good to go after a $500 sign-up bonus if you have to spend $3,000 and you can't spend $3,000 and pay it off. Make sure you can pay it off and then go get that card. All right? I would also, depending on what your credit rating is, if you're 750 or above, you don't need to worry about this. But if you're below 750, do some research to find out, and you can find this on videos on Google all day long. Find out the credit scores required usually to get certain cards, and they'll tell you. The experienced people will tell you. Okay, like Discover and Capital as a general rule are easier to get. You can get those around 680, 700, sometimes lower. American Express usually around 700. And then Chase you can get around 700 to 740 unless you want to do the Sapphire, and then that usually requires a higher income and a higher credit score. But anyway, in the first 6 months when all you've got is the one card, start doing your research, because as long as you have a plan and you follow the plan and you do the research, you will hit $1,000. So let me make a couple of assumptions here. If you get your first card and you get, say, a $100 sign up, you get your second card, you get $200. You get your third card, you get another $200. You got $500 in 13 months, and you haven't spent a dime yet. I mean, you have to get the spend. So in the meantime, you're getting cash back on every purchase that you make. You will easily hit, I think if you spend between $800 and $1,000 a month on your credit cards, not each, total, plus the sign-up bonuses, you will hit $1,000 in less than a year. I will almost guarantee that. Okay? So that's the strategy for getting credit cards. Who knew there was a strategy, right? But there is a strategy to come out of the gate well and to hit $1,000 cash back on credit cards the first year you're in it. Good luck. Let me know how you do, and happy investing.